Good morning, everyone. We are live this morning. My name is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. This is a talk show that comes on 7 a.m. on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings, coming to you from Edge TV Network, one of our affiliates that puts out this show called Strictly Business. We'll have other shows coming up, and we will have some surprise guests coming up in the future. But I want to thank you for taking your time this morning and coming out to Strictly Business. And today, our topic is going to be about going to the next level, taking you to the next level. We have spent a lot of time in communicating about time management and managing your time and putting a schedule together and writing things down. Uh, Hopefully, some of you have begun to do that. If not, it will show up in this next session that we're doing. And then we're going to spin back to that because you always want to be able to make sure that your schedule and timing and being able to communicate with people is so important. Calling people back is a really important. It's like a pet peeve of mine. You know, if I call you and you don't call me back, I'm like, I might call you again, but you really don't get a third call. And that's just, the male ego, I think. I don't know what it is, because I have some salespeople that call me, they just like, they call me all day long, and I'm like, oh, well, you keep calling me. It was no yesterday, it's no today, but it might be yes tomorrow. So keep calling, keep making those calls. Don't be discouraged because a no is just as close as a yes. So, and if they tell you no, that means that you have not explained to them that not only are you the best thing in the world, but what you're trying to sell them is the best thing in the world. So that means you got to go back and do your job and push those sales to the level of understanding, so people will appreciate, hey, what you're doing. But taking your business to the next level. That's what a lot of people promise you. Well, if you take this class, you'll get to the next level. And we're going to teach you some things that'll elevate your business at a high level, and you will be able to do this and this and that. And you bombarded with all of this thing about better success. And well, I come to you this morning and I'm like, okay, how about the level that you're on now? If this is the level that you're at, if you continue to work at this level, at your highest level, you will automatically be graduated and you don't have to do a lot of things. So we want to come back and talk about where we are today. I mean, are we, whatever business that we're in, are we making enough phone calls, or is that time management on the level that I'm at now? Is that a good thing? Because the worst thing in the world is to go to another level that you're unprepared for. I tell the story all the time. I had one restaurant and I was pretty good at that. I could do that from 2,000 miles away. I could manage that restaurant. But when I winded up with 6 or 7 of them, it's a whole nother ball game. So you have to be prepared for the prayers that you're asking for this, oak cup that runneth over, and the fields will be full of corn and all of that. Somebody got to pick that corn. So you have to be ready to go to the next level. So I say, back up, slow down, slow your roll. Let's figure out what level we're on right now. Let's see what we can do to lift this level to our highest level of expectation, so that we're not patting ourselves on the back. We're not telling others how great we are. Others are telling others how great we are because we're so good at this level. And graduation will come. It may not come from, if you're working a job, you may not get that promotion. You may not get to the next level on a job because you're not in control of your situation. Someone else is. And that's okay, because you need a job. Every Friday is a good thing. So you want to be able to prepare yourself for the entrepreneurship that you're doing, even if you have a job, because most people that I know have a job and they got a side hustle and they got this and they got that, and they got all kinds of different things that will move them up what they believe to the next level. And whether that's financial next level, or whether that's a next level of making sure that your family's all good, because that's a good thing when all family members are well and moving and doing good and those kinds of things. That's another level, and that may not be the level that you were looking for, but you can't operate at the next level if you got turmoil and trouble and family issues and these kinds of things that don't allow you to be comfortable at that level. So if you work the level that you're on now, if you plow those fields, make sure that your time management is exceeding what you're trying to do here, the other part will come. Stop looking for the rain, just work the dirt, and the rain will take care of itself. When it comes, oh, the crops is going to dry quick. Don't stop complaining, work the level that you're at. And if you do those kinds of things and you manage your time properly, it will give you what you need. So we're going to dig into this a little bit on how to do that. I'm going to take a short commercial break and we will be right. Good morning again, and thanks for joining us here at Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. Our topic today is work the level that you're at. You will get to the next level. I know a lot of times in business, we're so eager to get ahead. It's like the freeways, oh, nobody wants to be behind a truck. It's like, I need to get around, and the cars it's still going to move at the pace it's going to move. So I say to those that are rushing themselves or looking at situations where it needs to happen suddenly, because it happened for someone else suddenly. And it only happens suddenly to the looky-loos, to the people that were standing outside that didn't really know. Oh, she touched the hem of his garment and suddenly she was here. Well, suddenly it only happened to the people that were standing there looking. But for her, it had been a minute. So as you go through your minute, oh, suddenly he was a movie star. Maybe suddenly he got on that show. But he'd been working his craft and doing this and doing these different things to make that happen. So suddenly is only for the looky-loos. Only for the people that don't know what you've put in to make it work. Oh, he's been a great musician. His band is traveling all over the world, and then suddenly he just got no. He was playing in little club joints and over here and over there. So as you work your craft, whatever it is you do, you have to work it at the level that you're at, so that when suddenly happens to you, you will know that it wasn't suddenly, that you put in the time, you put in the effort, you went to school, you learned about this. If it was real estate, you were always figuring out what the Department of HUD was doing. You want to go all the way up to the top level, so you will be aware of what you're doing in the game that you're in. Who sells dirt? Who sells houses? Who sells condos? Who sells the most buildings? What do we do with brick and mortar today? How do we do this? You have to have those pivot moves so that you can pivot when it's time to make a move from one extreme to the other. Even if you're a salesperson, a lot of salespeople, multi-level marketing people, they selling soap today, and nothing wrong with that, so I'm not picking on them, because a business is a business. If you're an entrepreneur and you're a salesperson, then you're a salesperson. Whether you're selling soap or travel or Amway or whatever it is you're selling, cars, furniture, you're a salesperson. So sometimes the item doesn't matter because you're a salesperson, but you got to remember, if you're a salesperson, you got an ABC. You got to always be closing. You got to always be ready to shut the door to make that deal. And that's the same thing in business. At the level that you're at, you're always got to be looking for that opportunity to allow your business at the level that you're at to be able to work and work fine. Sometimes just making payroll is a wonderful thing. Um, and being able to pay yourself from your business, which is one of the things that you must do. You must cut a check for yourself because you're working too. Getting yourself at the level that you're at and understanding that if you have all your DBA and all of these different things in place at the level that you're at. So you need to go back and say, okay, do I have my doing business? Do I have my tax ID number? Am I doing my tax exempt stuff, or do I have my resale license? A lot of people don't know. You got to work with the Department of Equalization to get your resale license. Do you know that Dun and Bradstreet is not Dun and Bradstreet anymore? So you need a SAMS.gov ID. So you have to go to SAMS.gov and get your new ID because Dun and Bradstreet is fading out and doesn't exist anymore. So as you get your business in line and things begin to work, you got to be sure that what you left behind, so that when you get to that level that you're at, that you're really working, you can't go to the next level till you finish this level. So sometimes even jumping a beat puts you back 4 steps. If you play chess and you make a wrong move, you're going to have to go back 2 steps to straighten out that move you made. So it's necessary to be able to take yourself at the level that you're at and work that level. And as you work that level, you will be able to do the things that you do. That some people are putting in the chat that they didn't know about the DONS number. Check it out. Go to the websites. That's an important thing. It's called, and the new number that you need is from SAMS.gov. You can go there and you've got to fill out some paperwork and to be able to get that number, because people can't check you anymore on the DONS number. The credit rating is not there anymore and all of those kinds of things. So those are bits and tips and bits that you need to be a part of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. Great opportunity to make a commercial for the chamber. We've got 15 chapters from the desert to the sea. So there's always an opportunity to network at the Southern California Black Chamber. We will be networking. There we go. Somebody put it in the site, says sam.gov. So that's where you need to go. But we will be networking in San Bernardino this Monday, the 29th, and we will also be out in Temecula area the next day on that Tuesday. So watch for us and come on out and be able to connect. You are very welcome, Ms. Lynch, for that information. So I appreciate people coming in and chatting with us and making sure that we get the strictly business information you need. We're talking about being motivated, getting yourself together, working the level that you work at the level that you are. You can't get ahead of yourself. Sometimes, and I don't mean to get into relationships, but sometimes that's what happens in relationships, is that one person will get ahead of the other person and they can't keep up. So as you don't want to get that next level up until you finish the level that you're at. And you will know because it'll all be full. You will know that it's time to make the move. And sometimes you don't even have to make the move. The move is made for you. You look up, and say, man, I was in a small office. Now I'm in a big old giant office. When did I move here? It made the move for you because it knew it was time for you to go to that level. So we're talking about perfecting yourself, which perfection is overrated in my opinion. You will never become perfect, but reaching for it is one of the great things that you can always do, because there's always an opportunity to improve yourself. So they're trying to do commercials over here in the chat with the Inland Valley Chapter Mixer Tuesday, August 30th. They didn't tell me where it was, but go to our website at blackchamberofcommerce.org and you will be able to get that information. They keep throwing me off because, multitaskers, business people, you're on the phone, y'all probably listening to me, checking your email, got a call on waiting, got this going on over here. You got all of these different pieces that you need to be able to get done, because there's only 12 hours in your day when you're an entrepreneur. I mean, when you got a job, there's 8. A little bit of overtime and that kind of thing. There's no such thing as overtime. And most entrepreneurs don't know when the holidays are. Oh, this is a holiday? Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that, unless you're in retail sales and you're getting ready right now. If you're in the selling of anything, you should be preparing for Christmas right now. If you don't have your Christmas inventory, your holiday inventory already in place and ready to put out, if you don't have your holiday flyers already ready to go, then you're behind. If your January clearance sales are not already marked, you're behind. So get ahead of the game, figure it out. That's the level that you are. Right now, you're at that level. So you don't want to get to the next level until you manage the level that you are, that you can be retail business, non-tangible item sales business, anything that you're doing, you should be preparing for the holidays, even if it's vacation time. Oh, I don't really do that much sales around the holidays, so I just go, okay, you already got your condo put out in Florida or wherever you're going to go. Is that already planned? Is that already ready? Do you know how your January sales are going to be taking off? So are we preparing for January? The Inland Cities Black Chamber of Commerce is meeting already for the Martin Luther King parade that's going to be going on in San Bernardino, California. So look for that in January. That's going to be happening. They are telling me in the chat that the Temecula Valley location is on the 30th at 6:30 to 8:30 at Mount San Joaquin College. Is that how you say that? Okay. They should have broke that up in syllables for the old people with bad eyes. How y'all doing this evening? This is Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace, and you have tuned into an episode of Strictly Business. We just passed a little information along. Hopefully you didn't miss it about the Don and Bradstreet numbers. Is now you have gone away or going away, and you now need the SAMS number, so you can get that at sams.gov. That's a little bit of tap into information from the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, from the desert to the sea. Reasons that you should always be connect, because we are an information resource center for small businesses. We thank you for the 1,800 small businesses that are members all over the Southern California region that help support what we do. The chamber has mixers on a regular basis. I know I'm bouncing around and say, hey, can we get back to the lesson for the day? No, this is commercial time. I got to tell you this. So, this is mixers coming up on Monday. I think they're at the Chicken and Waffle place in San Bernardino. Okay, I know that was funny. Chicken and Waffle, Black Chamber of Commerce meeting, bound to be good. Show up or you're going to be left out. Information is going to be off the chain. We've got some cryptocurrency meetings coming up. If you got an opportunity to see Miss Williams a few weeks back, she is going to be a guest host coming up. And if you are looking at any kind of that crypto information, tune in, go back to our YouTube channel and see the episode that she was in. We're working on trying to get her back in as soon as possible. But as we are pushing forward and the levels and things that we're doing, we're still on our time management program. We still are saying, hey, get that day planner, whether it be on the internet or whether it be on a piece of paper, but you got to write it down. I know I can just put it in here in my phone and my phone will tell me what to do. And this, okay, all right, that works. If that works for you, then make that work for you. If that just works and you still are not managing your time properly so that you can maintain the level that you at, get a pencil and a piece of paper. A short pencil is better than a long memory any day. So if you really, really, really want to make some heavy changes in your life, I've heard people say, oh, I listened to that and that was a life-changing situation. How did it change? What changed? It should be a change in you every day. Whatever you did yesterday, it should be a change in that today. If you do the same thing today that you did yesterday, I'm telling you, you done lost a day somewhere. You're repeating something that's not working. Or if it is working, it should have advanced. So if you did the same thing yesterday that you did today or tomorrow, you're going to be doing the same thing and there's no advancement in that, stop it. Your level won't change. You can't get to the next level unless you do the next thing. You got to be doing the next thing. You got to learn more about the software you use, if nothing else. You got to learn something different about Excel and Microsoft or whatever it is. You got to learn something different about Twitter, or you got to learn something. You got to do something to make something to get to the next level at the level you're at. So I say, work the level you're at. And don't let, oh, you know what? Somebody called me. As soon as you get off the phone, as soon as you get off the internet here, somebody's going to call you with a brand new idea. Hey, we could do this. We could open up this, and we could do this over here. And, you know, or you could sell this and you could be a millionaire in 6 months if you did this. Okay. All right. Show me your million. Shoot me over a copy of your bank statement, and I'll follow your cab. Because I can't follow you if you are not successful at something. So no matter what it is, and I don't care if you got a try me friend, because I got some try me friends. They could try this and try that and try that. Some of that stuff sounds pretty good, but all of that stuff takes work. Nothing is going to come to you, boom, oh, suddenly. No, ain't going to happen. It'll happen because of the looky-loos that are looking at you, and they think suddenly it happened for you. But they don't know that you were pressing in, and you were online at 6 a.m. every morning talking to folks about how to do this and how to do that. They don't know that you were driving from the desert to the sea to try to make some things move. They don't know of all the nights you sit there and your brain couldn't work, and you were trying to write a song. You had the melody, but you couldn't get the words, and da. But suddenly, you know, you got a Grammy. No, that dog don't hunt. That person put in the time. That person made some things work. And I say to you, if you want to make some things work, put some time in. How do I put time in? Manage your time. We go back to time management, where you only get, 24 hours in a day. So if you manage your time and work the system that you have, and you may have to look at possibly even getting rid of one of your systems. Well, you know what, Rich, I sell jewelry, vitamins, watches, dresses, hats. I mean, some restaurants have too much on the menu. And I say to you, restaurant owners, you know, limit your menu. Take a look at what really sells. Why do you have gizzards on your menu and nobody buys them? You know, so you have to be able to put yourself in a position to win. And winning is having what people want. Listen to your customers. You know, if they say, oh, there's somebody in the chat telling me something here, but if they say they want catfish and they don't want tilapia, stop buying tilapia. Yeah, catfish costs more. They're willing to pay more for what they want as opposed to you giving them what you got. And that's where a lot of stores make mistakes. And you can see it on the shelves today, where they're only giving you maybe one or two products to pick from. When years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, you could go in, there'd be 15 different cans of beans there. You know, it's like, man, dude, which can do I go with? And shelf space is what's pushing the market now. That's why a lot of small businesses can't get their stuff into the major stores, into the blockbuster stores, because it's about shelf space. It's not about how good your beans are or how good this is or how good that is. It's about shelf space. So if you have and I go back to the rappers, they're a perfect example. The people that created the rap music and back in the day with the Snoop Dogs and all of those kinds of people that made that, when mainstream wouldn't allow them in, they sold their stuff out of the trunk of their car, you know. And they wasn't selling drugs. I mean, some of them were, but I don't know who was and who wasn't. But they were selling albums. They were selling music. You know, back in the cassette days, you were swiping tapes and selling tapes and back and forth. You know, you could buy a tape with your favorite music on it from Homeboy around the corner. So wasn't his music, I mean, and bootleg, whatever it was, but people were learning how to survive and how to be in business, how to do certain things. Right now, they're trying to change the law for food vendors on the streets. Well, some restaurant people don't want that law to change. So every law that they change, everything that happens, you have to be involved so your voice can be heard. And if your voice is a restaurant owner, as much as you really want the taco guy to make some money, you don't want him out in front of your store. So you have to figure out what is the best possible way for everybody to be able to do this. And that's into communication and working the level that you have. So you're at your level and you know that this is where I'm at, improve your level. I tell people all the time, we at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, we do what we do. And some people will come to me, well, what's the difference between you and these folks? I don't know. I don't know what them people do. I know what we do. And if you want to be a part of what we do, this is what we do at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. We're an information resource center. We network from the desert to the sea. We have special events with special information that we can help our small businesses. We're only $200 a year, and your membership is good from the desert to the sea. But that's what we do. Now, what someone else does, I'm pretty sure they do it well, but you're going to have to go ask them. So I say to you as a small business, promote you. You ever notice that the candidates that run, they don't really talk about the opposition without mentioning them, the opposition. So when you talk about your business, why am I buying from you as opposed to the stereo store down the street? Why do I come in here and get my computer and you're a little bitty shop and I can go over here to Best of whatever it is and I can get discounts and some coupons, but what I'm going to give you is customer service. This is what we do. I don't know what they do over there at the Best World. I know what we do here at the Computer R Us store. We sit you down, make sure that you understand how to turn one on, how to turn one off, how to be able to use your Zoom, how to be able to use your camera, to give you information about how to do certain things. So it is an opportunity to do business with my small business, because my small business is going to take care of me. Remember back in the day, they had the VHS and you had to belong to the club and you go over and rent the videos. Well, when the big Blockbuster store came and they start taking them from the smaller video people and what have you, I would always go, people say, why you go over there? You can get it for 99 cents over here. And I'm like, well, because when I walk in the door, they know me. They go, hey, Rich, have you seen this? They suggested movies because they knew I like comedy. So I had a nice little conversation. I didn't take up his time, his sales time, but I felt almost at home. I felt comfortable being a part of what they do. And I said, I go over there and I pay $2 extra because hey, Rich, did you like that movie? Yeah, I really like that movie. It's pretty good. We would chat back and forth. If you're going to keep your customers today, you got to go back to customer service because you can't beat the marts. None of that mart, this mart, that mart, whatever it is, they. And I'm not saying don't go there. Go there. But don't be there. Work with your small businesses because they're the ones that's going to help your level move up because we're recycling our small dollars. In the neighborhood stores, before there was 7 something, there were Mr. Fred's and Mr. Bob's and so on down the street, and they had a 3x5 card in there, and all the neighbors ate there and bought there. So when the neighbors didn't have any money, they could go over to Mr. Fred's and Mr. Bob's, and they could fill out the little 3x5 card because I know you live right down the street. And I know you got 3 kids and a baby. So I'm going to be sure that there's milk and so on so in your house. So this was before they came up with the fair system, which they called it well, and then they said it was fair. So I don't know. That's not, I'm strictly business. I'm here to talk to you about how not to be in a system like that, how to own your own stuff, how to be your own person, how to clock in at your own clock. Because strictly business doesn't mean you don't work. And entrepreneurs that are already entrepreneurs know that there's more work than anything. Put the time in, manage your time properly, and you can do what the rapper says in the movie. So you got the same 24 hours a day I got. You got the same 24 hours a day that the guy you watch on TV or the women that build a house with a belt on and some shorts that go out there and build a house. You have the same 24 hours they do. So you have the same opportunity as any network TV, especially today. So go to our website at edgetvnetwork.net and check us out. Be a part of what we're doing. We got a bunch of streaming platforms coming out, and we're looking for content for our streaming platforms, which we're on Apple and some of the other platforms that are out there. We want you to, we're trying to, there's time for a new era of entertainment. You've got, for those that have the smart TVs and this, you got how much stuff that you're looking at. You got a bunch of stuff and you're not looking at it. Why? Because there's no substance in it. We want to bring you some substance here at Edge TV Network. So go, if you want to be a part of Strictly Business, just go to edgetvnetwork.net and go down to Strictly Business, click it, calendar pop up, and you can be placed on the calendar to be a guest on this show. We'd love to have you. We want to talk about business. We want to put everyone in a position so that their business grows at the level that they're at. And then once they've achieved that and success in that level, because we don't want to leave anything behind. It's like we don't want to leave any people behind. We don't want to leave anything behind. We want to be able to take that where we're at this level and take it with us to the next level, because you're going to need what you learn. You're going to need this thing to be able to move in the direction that you want to move to. This is Strictly Business. So as you talk about what things that you need in business, they're still talking about that, the opportunity of going to sam.gov and getting your SAM's number. It's a process. It'll take you a minute. It doesn't happen real quick, but it goes back to the things that are not necessarily suddenly. They're only suddenly to the people that are watching that don't know that the pressure that you've been under to make it work. Some people, they talk about Tyler Perry. Oh, where'd he come from? He just, then you read the story. Okay, he slept in his car. But most entrepreneurs slept in their car. They say, oh, tell the story about it. Oh, how I was homeless. The Family Feud guy talks about, oh, I was homeless. Everybody. You singing to the choir. Anyone that had made it at some point or another have gone through some things, had maybe not homeless and sleeping in the car, but you had to sleep on mama's couch for a minute after you left and told her that you knew what you knew and you was going to be this and you was going to be that. And you had to, couldn't get a job if you bought one, so you had to go back to the couch. Because they put a pool table in your room. Old people, when the kids move out, old people figure out all kinds of stuff to do with them rooms. So if you leave home, think about it, try to nail your bed down, because they're going to take that sucker down and put a pool table in there. But some of the things that you have to do when you are trying to make it, go back home, and ain't no shame in going back home. Ain't no shame in going back to family to get to where we're trying to go. And I think that's some of the thing that we lost in our community, is taking people back in and making sure, because they used to put the hospital bed in the living room back in the day. Uncle so-and-so wouldn't go to the home. Well, no. We all take care of each other. There was no hunger in this house or that house. We've got to get back to that. And we get back to that in the business environment by working together. Where are you? They say, oh, I want to reach the Black businesses. Then join the Black Chamber of Commerce, or go to the Black Chamber of Commerce directory at blackchamberofcommerce.org. Put your list of business in there. That don't cost nothing. You don't even have to be a member, but people need to be able to find you so that your level can change. Your level of opportunity can move. There are all kinds of things, and I'm not saying that we are the one and the be all. The thing of it is that you must join something, because we're trying to join everything so that we can be a part of all of us together. Be a part of the NAACP. I think it only costs like $50 or $60 or something like that to join the local NAACP and be a part of that. Be a part of what's going on, because this world begins to move and things begin to shatter. However it goes, if we're not on one accord, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It doesn't really matter, Democrat, Republican, but we must be on one accord together as a people, as necessary as I'm on. I look at it this way. Everybody love the government. The Republicans love the government. The Democrats love the government. The independent love the government. The only people don't love the government is the people somewhere else overseas. Oh, America's this and America's that. America, you still here. Because some other places you would be maybe not as great as this. Yeah, it's not doing what it should be doing, but that's on us. We're the ones that make the change. We can't talk about this or that. If we want to change the government, let's be a part of the government. Because you can run for office and you can win. There's people that have shown you that you don't have to be that smart to win. I ain't call no names, but it is an opportunity for us to be able to take care of us so that we can make things better. How are we going to do that? Is the level that we're on, is to improve the level that we're at by working together and making things happen. Okay, I got it. We all can't work together. I got some cousins and some people I know I just cannot work with. So they can work over here with someone else. But somehow we can connect back together. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be on the same page, but I'm saying everybody needs to be on the same page. All of the different churches, denomination are going to believe to be lifted up to God. So if I wear a hat or don't wear a hat, if I wear pants and don't wear pants and this and that, all the different things that the different religions, the nitpicking or the things that they have that are special to them. I'm sorry for using the word nitpicking, but things that are special to their thought and their belief. The end of the day, we all go in the same place. The end of the day, dust is dust. The end of the day, we must be able to join together, especially if we're trying to leave a legacy. We need to do better than we've done, because they were the people that were brought here that made it here were strong people. Because there was a lot of people that left that did not get here, that winded up fish food along the way. Bad way to say it, but that's what happened. So if we are the strong ones, then let's figure out to use our strength together, because together our voice is better. Even if the voice says Republican, Democrat, Independent, it's one voice. Our goal is to get small business to a level and to be a part of that small business. Why can't we own an airport? Why don't we own a whole bunch of hotels? Oh, yeah, there's one or two guys that own some hotels and this and that. But do we own a massive hotel system? Why can't we? Why can't we be the franchisor as opposed to the franchisee? We got a young lady that handles franchises for our office here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, and she can help you get into a franchise. She can mold you to prepare you for the franchise that you are, whether it's Jiffy Lube or this or that, or turn you into a franchise. Has that ability to be able to make that happen. But we must be on one accord. We must come in together and say, this is what I got. I bought the beans, I bought the rice, I bought this, I bought that. We put it in together and we got a meal. And we all eat good. That's the way it used to go down. We all eat good. But we have to bring our businesses together to understand. And once again, I understand we all can't work together. I just do not like you and your personality and the way you do this and the way you do that. So I can't work with you. But I can work with you, because we have to learn, like other nationalities, that this is work. How many of y'all really like people you work with on your jobs? All right, really, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. I know. You talk about them on your way to the car, when you get in the car, and then you call your mate on the way home and say, child, that girl, she just about to drive me crazy. Because you work together, if that person gets sick, you're the first person to buy flowers. When there's trouble, a brew, we figure out a way to get together. We figure out a way to join together. I believe that school shootings and bad things that are happening because the communities are divided. Let's figure a way to bring our community together and allow it to grow to other levels. And that's how you change the level that you're at, is you put in. Used to be an old Millie Jackson song says you got to put something down on it. You got to put something in it so your dog will hunt. And if you're at the level and your dog is hunting and you're out there and you're making some possibilities, networking, meeting folks. And when you meet somebody that does something, what do? You got to tell somebody else, hey, did you see this person over here? They have their own this or their own that. We have Black people that have their own companies that are similar to what the credit card people do. We have companies that have their own search engines. We had a lady on here yesterday talking about search engines and how they work. We have a board member out in Hollywood that has her own search engine. Wow, that's a big deal. But it's the best kept secret in the closet because we're not exposing it. We need to be able to, that's the word we have to do, is we have to start exposing ourselves like film. You know, you open up the door and it go bad, you know. Well, you open up the door and we're going to grow because we're going to let mainstream America that we have what it takes to be able to take whatever it is we need to do to make businesses grow, prosper within our community. We got to stop begging. I'm sorry, I said it. I didn't mean to say it. You know, oh, can you come over here and do? No. You know what? We have everything in the house. Everything that we need as a business organizations. We have all of the tools that we need to be able to join together, black and brown, brown and black, blue and green, that we can say, hey, here's what we offer. We have network TV connections. We have this, we have that. We have all of these different tools, but they're like a puzzle on a table. We used to have puzzles at the house and we put them all on the table. And every time the kids or somebody would walk by, they could look and see how to put the puzzle piece in there. So the whole house, the whole community, the whole house was involved in putting that puzzle together at their own time. I got 10 minutes right now. You know, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna look at the puzzle. I'm on my way outside the door and I spotted a piece that might go with the piece that you put back over there on the other side. At our own time and our own will. And everyone can't go to everything. We have 14, 15 meetings from the desert to the sea. Yes, we do. Every month you're looking for a place to network. If you want to network in Long Beach, I'm telling you, the third Wednesday of the month over at Greater Harvest is off the chain. Not only will you get some biblical salvation information, you're going to get some dynamite tools to work with. And they got good food. They got a lady over there that brings in all kind of good food, you know. And I'm just telling you, that's out in Long Beach. But if you swing around the corner out in the Pasadena area, we're having a networking mixer there too. But if you swing all the way out to Pomona, we networking out there as well. And even in the Ontario district. And then when you just cross the fence over into San Bernardino, we're networking, building bridges and building bodies and businesses all out in the Inland Empire. And you take up at the top of the hill, up at the high desert, like we got a guy up there from running Young Visionaries and what he's doing, not only working with young people, but working with adults and helping the businesses and bringing the young people and the business people community together up in the high desert up there. Mr. Terrence Stone is running our chapter up there, doing a fantastic job. But if you just slide down the hill and go to Temecula, you'll see that over there in Temecula, they are doing a dynamite job. They're now stationary someplace over at the university. So right there. And Palm Springs, right across the street from the airport out there in Palm Springs, we meet the second Tuesday of the month in Palm Springs. Y'all see, I can wrap a commercial right into what we're talking about because it's about networking and being at the level that you're at. And you can't just stay there. You got to be there. And being there means that you got to bring business in, which means you got to get out. You got to come to some stuff. It ain't got to always be my stuff. You got to go someplace else. I mean, there's a lot of places that you can go and network. There's a Success Express has a lot of different opportunities. The Jazz Zone is places to go. I mean, you got to get out to be able to get people in. Push yourself to a level of connecting. A lot of times people go, well, you know, and I guess the term is you have to show yourself friendly. Well, I'm a business person. I'm not in business to make friends. Oh, okay, then you won't be in business long. Because people will come, because you are a small business, you're not a Mart, you're not one of the great Martin brothers or something, you know, your furniture store is 350 square feet, is not as huge as some of those and some of these, and you've got 2 couches and a book with some pictures in it, you know, you ain't got 50,000 couches on the floor and a whole bunch of love seats, you got 2 couches and a book with some pictures in it. So you have to be different from someone else. How am I going to get people in? The fact that I got a book with some pictures in it that we could sit down and discuss the fabric and how it works. Remember, you got to ABC. You got to always be closing at the level that you're at, because I got a book with some pictures in it. I'm going to make these pictures come up off the page for you. I'm going to talk about each one of them and the fabric and how they build it and the da 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 da. I am going to make them come off the page for you because I'm going to take good care of you. Because you could go down there where they got 250 couches on the floor, maybe find somebody walking around that might be able to help you, that might talk to you, but they got a pad and a pen in their hand. They're ready to write you up and put you out the door. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's great if that's where you at. But if you are looking for customer service and you want to put out customer service, that's what you got to think about doing. Okay, because all I got is a book with some pictures in it. Come on in. Let me talk to you about the fabric and how it's going to look in your place and be a little bit of interior designer kind of mindset. Yeah, I could sell you a couch, but can I look at your living room? Can I check you out? Don't go over there by yourself. Because people are crazy, but you want to be able to, well, bring me some pictures in so I can see what your color decor is or whatever these kinds of things are you need to be able to make. This is strictly business. I'm trying to tell you how to work the level that you are at and be able to move to the next level when it's time to go to the next level, so that the looky-loos will say, well, suddenly he got a big old furniture store. I remember when he was down there on the corner in that little old spot by himself, selling chicken sandwiches for lunch to pay the rent. I remember that, Now he over here. Well, he over here because he put the time in. He did sell the chicken sandwiches. He put the time in. Put the time in at the level that you're at. Make that level explode, and that level will blow you to the next level. Wow. Because then then they will, I can remember when he was over here. I can remember when they were over there. I can remember when you only had 5 students in your school. You graduating 25 to 50 kids every year now. I can remember when that happened. But do you know what the process was along the way? It's the process that grows the entrepreneur. It's not the level that you're at. It's that process that you stepped into, that you dealt with all day long today. Man, I've been on the phone all day long dealing with customer services, trying to make sure people have. I didn't really have time to sell. Well, then you need to get back on the phone because your day is not done. You're not finished yet. When do you finish? You don't. Well, you know what? I take off on Sunday. I tell people don't call me on Sunday. Mostly Saturdays as well. And anything after 9 to 10 o'clock, don't call me because I can't help you. I can't even get your bail money around there because I'm out. But you can call me at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Shoot, I'll be over there. Leave me a message. Hey, I'm coming to get you. I'll come get you because that's what friends do. That's what people that work together try to do, is that you try to have a net. Oh, that's a good one. You have a net for people around you so you can catch them because they have a net for you. So it's not always about you catching people and you doing this and you doing this and me and I'm so great or me. No. It's us. Because without you, there's no me. I can't function. I'm just here strictly business by myself, talking to myself, looking at myself, doing myself. No, I need you so that we can work this level that we're at, so that our time is on time, so that we manage our time properly. And one of the things that I'm gonna double back, when you are doing time on time and you have a meeting with somebody and they're more than 15 minutes late, cancel that meeting. Do not. I'm sorry, maybe this is the wrong way to say it. Don't wait past 15 minutes past your appointment time if you have an appointment. Even with your doctor. Hey, I've been in 15 minutes. You told me to come here at 6 o'clock. It's 6:20. I'm still sitting here. Wrong answer. Because my time is something that I can't get back. Time management is so important because you know that if someone throws you off, then you are off all day. Even for those that drive in traffic, you have to manage your time. So, I'm in Ontario, I'm going to LA, and if I'm going to Los Angeles, I need to leave at 11:30, because if I leave any time before that, it's going to take up some time. But I can get there in 45 minutes if I leave at 11:30. I can breeze on in there, but I got to get out of there by 2. Because anything after 2 means I got to add another 45 minutes to my clock, because I'm going to be in traffic. You just are. I mean, you have to judge for that. Time management is also judging time traffic. It's also judging meeting time. It's also judging television time. It's also judging time for the kids to go to bed, time for this and time for that. All of these different things must be on your schedule. What time do I put my kids to bed? 6 o'clock? Okay. They run around here at 7:15. Whoa, wrong answer. Because they're messing up the clock. Because it's 7:15, I should be doing something else, not trying to bathe you and get you to bed. You're supposed to be in the bed at 6 o'clock. So at 6 o'clock, that's what it is. At 7 o'clock, that's what it is. I know that sound, the kids, no. Entrepreneurs don't have that luxury. Now, if you got a job, okay, you don't have to be to work till 9:45 in the morning, push the clock, go on in, do your thing, make it work. I understand. But for an entrepreneur, your time's got to be regulated, because the level that you're at now can't allow you to move till you make that level better. So I say to you, take a look at where we are, how we're going to work this level, when it's time to move to the next level, and the movement will happen without you doing anything. It just happens. You're moving because it's time to move. You're moving because it's necessary, because you've outgrown the level that you were at. So back on the relationship tip, remember, when you grow, allow your mate to grow with you. When you begin to take off, say, hey, we're getting ready to take off. And start, tip. Even as an independent entrepreneur, focus on using the term we. When we move, we move. When we take off, we take off. When we do this, and then somebody will ask you, who is we? And if you don't have a we, you gotta look up, but look at the term, start using the term, take it away from I, me, and my. And it struggles sometimes, because I, me, and my are pretty good. Hey, ask me. I'll tell you how great I am. I can do whatever I can do. Me, hey, it's just me. That all mine, take those away. Take them out of your vocabulary. Pull them out. You got to use them like curse words. You got to throw them away. And you got to put the word we, because it's always more than you. It's never just you. It's always somebody holding the door. Even if it's your mate allowing you the freedom to do whatever it is you do. Even if it's your boss that gives you an extra half an hour off for lunch so you can run by and pick up your dry cleaning. It's always a we. So look at adding that and taking away the I, me's, and my's. Pull them out. Throw them away. They're no good anymore, because we are in a we environment. And I know, I can only count on myself, because nobody do this and don't nobody do that. No, there's still a we. Just look up. Sometimes that's the one. That's the we you got, until they give you another we. And appreciate the we when you get them. Treat them like a us. Oh, there you go. Treat your we like a us. And then you will add more to it, because it ain't about you. You cannot do it as great as I am, as good as I am, and there is probably no one in the world better than me. I cannot do this without our we. Whatever it is I do. Somebody washes my clothes. There's a we. Somebody makes sure I get to eat. Somebody does something for you that makes it a we. take it away. And I know you can cry about it. You can only count on yourself. It's just me. Don't nobody do nothing. I'm at this. There's a we in there somewhere. There's a we in there somewhere. And maybe you might want to stop and look for it. That way you can appreciate it. That way you can deserve it. That way it'll be something that you now have to know that there is a we. This is Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace, and I'm coming to you from Edge TV Network on an episode of Strictly Business on this Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. I appreciate you coming and being a part of what we're doing. We are really reaching out to get you information that can help you go to the next level. We're going to get back into our time management sessions. We're also going to talk about how to, now that your level that you're working on is working, that you are moving it in the right direction. So now we're going to talk about patience, because once again, it takes a minute to create. Well, put it this way, it takes a second to create some minutes. It takes some minutes to create some hours. It takes some hours to create some days. So put the time in. Don't worry about the next level. Do what you do now. Keep your train moving. Keep your dog hunting, and it will bring back much reward to you if you focus on where you're at and improve today what you didn't do yesterday. And remember what I said, if you do the same thing today that you did yesterday, you lost a day. Don't lose any more time. Time is precious. We've seen this during the pandemic where we've lost family members and friends and all of this. Time is precious. Call somebody you love today. Tell them you love them. And I tell you what, call somebody that you really, really want to love, but they're hard to love. Call them today and tell them, say, hey, I saw an episode of Strictly Business and they told me to give you a call and see how you were doing. My name is Rich Wallace. This has been Strictly Business from edgetvnetwork.net. Check us out online. If you want to be a guest on this show, you can go to edgetvnetwork.net and sign up under Strictly Business. I am also with the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce from the desert to the sea, and we have an educational program called Youth Build out in the Inland Empire area. So if you've got someone that's 16 and above, they want to get their high school diploma that did not complete that for whatever reason, come check us out at Youth Build, Inland Empire Youth Build. Check us out online, and someone will give you a call. This has been Strictly Business, and I really, really appreciate you being with us today. My name is Rich Wallace, and come back and see us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.